On the first shift.
Maybe we need to get a radio intern in to help you.
Maybe so.
Somebody that you won't have to pay and you can treat them tough.
I can haze them.
You can't haze. You'll get fired. Remember that guy from Northwestern?
Yeah.
Gone.
Did he really do it?
You don't have to really do it. If somebody says you did,
yeah,
good enough. Maybe I'm going to accuse you of hazing me. I don't have to prove it.
It's the first shift, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on WRMN.
Keep informed with everything that's going on with the Radio Shopping Show by joining our VIP Text Club today. All you have to do is text the message WRMN 1410 to the number 94253 and you're in. You'll receive timely information about shopping show specials instantaneously as they happen. Message and data rates may apply. The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show, we are WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Cloudy skies on this Monday afternoon and 64 degrees. This hour, winds are out of the west and southwest at 15 miles an hour, gusting to about 23 on this breezy Monday. Feels pretty good outside. And it stayed dry throughout the morning since the overnight rain that we've had. 70 degrees, the expected high for today. We'll check the Fox Valley forecast coming up in just a few moments as we get into this hour of Out to Lunch on a Monday. I'm Marky B from the first shift. Sonar comes along in a little while to take you through the second hour of the program. WRMN News Time now is 12:06 on this, the 29th day of April. We'll start with this bit of local news, and then I'll have more for you in just a few moments.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Prevnar 20. In Kane County, the historic Cole Pope House, an architectural gem from 1867, is undergoing historic renovation. The project focuses on revitalizing the building's exterior, addressing such areas as the roof, chimney, and the paintwork with an intent to preserve the vibrant yellow Italianate style recognized by so many. The City of Elgin has announced that due to ongoing work on the Highland and Chicago Street bridges, inspections for the Kimball and National Street bridges have been postponed until the current closures are lifted. The City of Elgin is hiring for its science, technology, engineering, arts, and math summer internship program. 10 students who are interested in STEAM careers can find their work in the IT department, police, water, parks, special events, or the city manager's office. Find out more on the City of Elgin website. With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
What's wrong with calling people bro? It's hip, man. It's so cool. Welcome to this hour of the first shift. Actually out to lunch here on WRMN. It is the lunch hour. Hope you're feeling okay on this Monday. Breezy and cloudy and 64 at the beginning of the show. And we're on YouTube if you want to join us at WRMN Radio on YouTube. And you can chat this hour with me if you want to. You're always welcome to call the program as well at 847-931-1410. If there's something you want to let us know about, maybe you're out in traffic today and you want to let us know about a traffic issue that you see, or maybe you got something you want to buy, sell, or trade. Radio phone calls are always welcome in this hour as well. No guest scheduled for my portion of the show today. However, tomorrow I will be joined by Gary Swick, Friends of the Fox River. He will be here tomorrow with me. And tomorrow, since he is a friend of the Fox River, the last time he was here, he was talking about his preference to remove the dams. But this time around, it's not going to be about that. There's a big Fox River cleanup going on this Saturday morning, and Gary wants to invite everybody to join him. Different parts of the Fox River. This Saturday morning, it's a Fox River cleanup. And Gary will join me tomorrow morning at 12:30, actually tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 to talk about that. When we see Saturday come around, it should be a great day for a Fox River cleanup. We're looking at mostly sunny skies this Saturday with a high of about 70. It will culminate what looks to be a pretty decent weather week. There's a chance of showers here and there, but overall, not a bad weather week at all. We had our overnight rain, and now for the rest of the day, mostly cloudy, maybe a little sunshine here and there. And today's high about 70. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 47. Cooler than we've had the last couple of nights. And tomorrow, sunshine with a high of 72. Slight chance of a shower tomorrow night and Wednesday. 58 for a warm overnight low tomorrow night. And then 77 for the high on Wednesday. Maybe a passing shower, otherwise some sunshine on Wednesday. A 50% chance of rain on Wednesday night with a low of 56, and then Thursday, still a 50-50 shot of a shower or thunderstorm. Otherwise, when it's not raining, we should have sunshine. Thursday, the warmest day of the week with a high of 80. On Friday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high of 71. And then, as I mentioned just a moment ago, for the Fox River cleanup, Saturday morning, 70 degrees and mostly sunny skies. 64 right now. Let's check some news stories from the Daily Herald that I've been tracking. There's a big talk about merging the CTA, Metra, and PACE all together as one. State lawmakers are unfolding a proposal today to fold Metra, PACE, and the Chicago Transit Authority into a mega agency. The three agencies faced an estimated $730 million fiscal cliff coming up the year after next. The legislation comes after leaders on the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning approved and sent a hefty report to Springfield on reforms to public transit last fall. Officials recommend merging Metra, PACE, and the CTA into one mega agency, or giving more authority to the Regional Transportation Authority over budgeting, fares, planning, and capital projects. CMAP also proposed creating a new transit revenue stream of up to $1.5 billion annually through options including raising the gas tax, or RTA sales tax, a tax on services, and using toll revenues for transit. This would offset a fare box free fall during the COVID-19 years, but all are considered a heavy lift. So this is all being discussed today. The proposal appears to allow for 18 board members, with 3 chosen by the governor, 5 by the Chicago mayor, 5 by the Cook County board president, 5 by the chief executives of DuPage, Kane, Lake, McHenry, and Will counties. The structure is not sitting well with a number of suburban stakeholders who told the Daily Herald they are concerned about a consolidation of power by Chicago and Cook County on the board, which would minimize representation from the collar counties. Well, we'll follow this story and see where it goes, but will they all merge together in the future? We'll see. CTA, Metra, and PACE. Meanwhile, in other news, enrollment in Illinois public schools continues to drop. In fact, to the tune of nearly 10,000 students from the previous year. 1,787 fewer students at 104 suburban public school districts in Cook, DuPage, Kane, Lake, and McHenry counties, according to fall enrollment figures released by the Illinois State Board of Education last week. It continues a trend that has seen enrollment drop by nearly 200,000 students, kindergarten through grade 12, statewide over the past 10 years. That represents a 10% decline since the 2015 school year. Among the 104 suburban school districts, enrollment is down 7% during the same time frame. And in some places, it's very drastic, like West Chicago Elementary District 33. 28% fewer students this year than a decade ago. That amounts to 1,150 fewer kindergarten through 8th grade students. And the district's enrollment dropped 3.5% from last year to this year. In addition to District 33, other districts that have been declining in enrollment for a long time to the tune of more than 20% in the past decade include Addison Elementary District 4, Wooddale Elementary District 7 in DuPage County, Rosemont Elementary District in Cook County, and Diamond Lake, Milburn, and Woodland Elementary Districts in Lake County, also showing declines greater than 20% since 2015. As for U46, Elgin Area District U46 has seen a 14.2% decline over the past 10 years. But that amounts to more than 5,500 students for the state's second largest school district, including 569 students this year, 1.7% of the head count from last year. Where's everyone going? To private schools? Homeschooling? Maybe something to talk about tomorrow morning. The first shift on the air tomorrow morning from 6 until 9. And the director, Dino, is going to join me tomorrow morning for a couple of hours of the show. We'll see what's on his mind. And we'll talk about some topics, some issues if you want to. You're welcome to give us a call between 7 and 9 at 847-931-1410. That's tomorrow morning on the show. Larry Jones back with me on Wednesday. It is 12:16 here at WRMN on this Monday. We had one Elgin shooting over the weekend. It appears to be a domestic, and someone was taken into custody. One person hospitalized, second person in custody early morning yesterday in Elgin, about 10 after midnight, early on a Sunday morning, shooting inside a home in the 600 block of Dover Drive. Elgin police arrived and located a male victim who was taken into an area hospital for treatment. A person is in custody. Detectives from the Elgin Police Department's Major Investigations Division continue to investigate. If you have any information on this, it was on the east side near Elgin High School. The phone number to call is 847-289-2600 for the Elgin Police Department. That's 847-289-2600. To text a tip, send a message to 847-411. Include Elgin PD in the beginning of the text along with the message and or tip information. You can also visit cityofelgin.org/crime tip for more crime tip options. It's 12:18. This is Out to Lunch. Our Redemption Center is open. Come on by and see us. Matt's in the Redemption Center from 12 until 3. You can live large for less. You can get yourself a key tag, pick up a few brochures, grab a brochure about the new programming here at WRMN. Grab a brochure about America's First Responders Fest, which we're proud to put on every year. The second year of the festival being named America's First Responders Fest. But it happens on September the 7th at Panton Mill Park in South Elgin. And we got a little quickie flyer for you. In the Redemption Center, you could also pick up a sweatshirt while supplies last for America's First Responders Fest. It's a cool-looking sweatshirt, and we are selling those for $20 to try to raise some money for this year's festival. 4 great bands on the schedule for this year's festival, starting with our friends from Deacon Frost at 11 a.m. and the Rapid Response 5K. If you're a 5K fanatic like I'm beginning to be, then come join us for the Rapid Response 5K. Details on how to sign up for that coming very soon. 12:19. We'll check some crime times and other news stories coming up in just a couple of moments. You're listening to Out to Lunch on a Monday, right here on WRMN.
WRMN has been serving Elgin and the Fox Valley for 75 years, featuring a combination of local news, information, and entertainment in the mornings, followed by the radio shopping show for 5 hours each weekday. The first shift with Marky B starts your morning at 6 a.m., and it's always fun when Larry Jones is a part of the show.
Maybe we need to get a radio intern in to help.
Maybe so.
Somebody that you won't have to pay and you can treat him tough.
I can haze them.
Can't haze. You'll get fired. Remember that guy from Northwestern?
Yeah.
Gone.
Did he really do it?
You don't have to really do it. If somebody says you did,
yeah,
good enough. Maybe I'm going to accuse you of hazing me. I don't have to prove it.
And then there'll be a lot of people that come out of the and say that I also hazed
I remember when Mark hazed me. I've been hazed.
Mark hazed me back in 2012.
2012. I remember in Memphis one time. He was really mean to me.
It's first shift fun and information in the morning, combined with the radio shopping show to save you money. And you get it right here on WRMN AM 1410, WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook, and WRMN1410.com.
Taqueria Las Cumbres, Crystal Lake's authentic Mexican restaurant on Grant Street, is open for carryout. For over 15 years, Taqueria Las Cumbres has been serving up all of your favorite Mexican dishes and doing it better than the rest. Recently voted the best in McHenry County. Stop in and carry out the authentic taste of Mexico and see for yourself. Support local for lunch and dinner today and place an order from Taqueria Las Cumbres. Call 815-455-8200 for Taqueria Las Cumbres of downtown Crystal Lake.
Hailing from Tanzania, you'll be thrilled to see the Zuzu African acrobats celebrate the 2,000-year-old Bantu culture of East Africa. The Zuzu acrobats have performed on America's Got Talent, and you can see their incredible acrobatics and energizing African drumming, singing, and dancing this Saturday at 4 at the Egyptian Theater in DeKalb. Each performance has incredible gravity-defying stunts while displaying the grace, beauty, and strength of the African culture. Visit EgyptianTheater.org.
Everyone has a community to lean on, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. You've talked with your kids and shared clear expectations, but you're not with them every minute. Your community members, friends and relatives, teachers and coaches, faith leaders, and other important adults in your kids' lives can be your eyes, ears, and a supportive influence when you're not around, reinforcing your messages with your kids and alerting you to warning signs of underage drinking or other substance use. So talk with your kids about these issues and involve the members of your community to help keep your kids safe, because when you talk, they hear you.
Clocking out? Drive home with the Drive Time Deal with Matt McNeil on WRMN 1410 AM every weekday from 3 to 6 p.m. I bring you the hottest deals in town, the most intriguing stories, and the tracks that take the edge off rush hour. Tune in on 1410 AM. Catch us on YouTube Live at WRMN Radio or stream through our app. I've got the wheel to steer your evening right. WRMN 1410 AM, your home of radio shopping and the soundtrack to your commute.
Rise and shine, Fox Valley listeners. It's time to kickstart your day with First Shift with Marky B on WRMN 1410 AM. From 6 to 9 a.m., join the chatter that gets you clued in with the latest buzz around town. Don't just sip on your coffee. Let Marky B brew your morning with the perfect mix of news, views, and moves. Dial us in or live stream at WRMN1410.com and make your mornings a whole lot brighter. WRMN 1410 AM. We're the voice of the Valley, and we're here to talk.
Coming back with Tommy James and the Shondells. They're dragging the line on this Monday on WRMN.
Making a living the old hard way, taking and giving my day by day. I dig snow and rain and the bright sunshine. Taking the line, taking the line. My dog Sam eats purple flowers. Ain't got much, but what we got towers. We dig snow and rain and the bright sunshine. Taking
and roll. Dragging the line. Welcome back to the show. Tommy James celebrating a birthday today. He's 77 years old. Tommy James and the Shondells, an American rock band formed in Niles, Michigan back in 1964. They had two #1 singles in the United States, Hanky Panky in July of 1966 and Crimson and Clover, February of 1969. Other hits from Tommy James and the Shondells include this one, Dragging the Line, I Think We're Alone Now, Mony Mony, Sweet Cherry Wine, Crystal Blue Persuasion. Tommy James and the Shondells. Welcome back to Out to Lunch here on this Monday. We're making it through. It's a Make It Through Monday. Meandering Monday? No, we need a little more focus than just a meander. Let's try to focus and get the job done. Still several hours left in the business day. Hope you're having a great day. And maybe if you're on your lunch break right now, you're listening in. My friend David Tees from Ability Plumbing just drove by a few minutes ago. Hey, Dave, thanks for calling this morning. Thanks for the compliments on the bowling Saturday night. Some of the local townships had a little mini tournament for fun on Saturday night up in Carpentersville. Liberty Lanes and Elgin Township victorious. We take home the prize. The trophy created by our friend Dave Anderson from Anderson's Engraving. And it just took a very marginal amount of ability to win that tournament. But maybe more townships will get involved with some ringers in the future. But congratulations to Elgin Township, bringing home the bowling prize on Saturday night. Thanks for all you do, David. It's 12:27 here at WRMN on this Monday. Checking some other news that I've been tracking in the last 24 hours or so. Let's see. We had the unfortunate domestic violence. Just makes me, every time I see one of these, you wonder if there's anything else that could be done. I was starting to talk about this with Larry a little bit this morning, then the top of the hour cut us off at 8 o'clock, and we didn't really ever get back to it. But we see this on a fairly regular basis, where a man released from jail turns around and kills the person that he was put in jail for abusing. And it happened again this weekend in Villa Park, Friday night. As a man was released from jail earlier this month on misdemeanor domestic battery charges and got out and killed his wife Friday night in Villa Park. His name, Winston Elguizabal. Tough name to say. 47 years old. He was arrested April the 14th, pre-trial released April 16th. He was on a GPS monitor with an order to stay about 1,000 feet at least away from Julie Elguizabal, 49 years old. But at 11:53 on Friday night, police were dispatched to a home on the 300 block of East Monroe for an alarm on the GPS monitor. Responding officers removed 2 teenagers and the family dog, and then the SWAT team found the Elguizabals dead in a bedroom. Gun found next to Winston. Per the terms of his pretrial release, Elguizabal was supposed to surrender all guns he may have had and his FOID card. State's Attorney Robert Berlin said in a news release that information in a DuPage County domestic violence report that his office received before Elguizabal's first appearance court hearing indicated he did not have access to a gun. Apparently he did. And he did surrender the FOID card, which doesn't necessarily mean you don't have access to a gun, just because you don't have the card anymore. Prosecutors did not seek to detain Elguizabal pre-trial. He was accused of pulling Julie's hair, punching her several times in the face, neck, and back. In the aftermath of this horrific incident, I intend to meet with all stakeholders to enhance protections for victims of domestic battery and improve the manner and timeliness in which information is provided to prosecutors, while still meeting the requirements of the SAFE-T Act, said Robert Berlin. Sounds a little reactive, maybe not proactive enough. The SAFE-T Act eliminated cash bail last September and required instead that people have a hearing within 24 to 48 hours of arrest, depending on the charge, on pretrial detention or conditions. Berlin said sometimes prosecutors have limited information when they have to make the decision to pursue detention. Perhaps a legislative fix or internal remedy could improve this outcome, perhaps both, said Berlin. He noted the monitoring device immediately notifies authorities that Alguezabal had violated the conditions of his release. So he had the monitoring device on, and it went off. But by the time the police arrived, just minutes later, the couple was already dead. So what can you do to tighten things up? When someone's arrested on domestic violence, don't let them out on pretrial release. But sometimes the charges are inaccurate. So that's a very tough call. Something possibly to discuss, future morning shows, the first shift every day from 6 until 9. What can be done to try to help to prevent these types of things from happening as often as they do? Or can anything be done? It is 12:31 here at WRMN on a Monday. And thanks for listening to the show. We are making it through. We're on YouTube if you want to say hey to us. WRMN Radio on YouTube. And Dad and Son Do It All are saying hi. I would think that's Dad. Son is doing it all in the classroom right now. Northwest West and Northwest Wesley Jr. II. Say, hoping everyone had a great morning so far. Wishing everyone a great remainder of the day. Northwest West. Checking in on YouTube. Phone line's always open on the show, 847-931-1410 if you want to join me. Tradio historically has been on in this half hour, and so if you're, stuck in the old days of 1230 Tradio, you're welcome to call at 847-931-1410 or join us on YouTube today. We'll be on the air till 2, and Sonar takes over in the second hour of the program. All right, what else is happening in the news? We mentioned it at the very end of this morning's show. We had a Lake in the Hills teenage wasteland going on at the carnival this weekend. Amid numerous fights, unfounded reports of shots fired, and unruly groups of teenagers, the carnival in Lake in the Hills was shut down early Saturday night, and its planned reopening on Sunday scrapped. Lake in the Hills police said officers responding to 911 calls from the carnival held in a parking lot at Algonquin and Randall Road arrived at about 6:28 p.m. Saturday to find large crowds and fights in progress at the carnival. No injuries were reported. Police said there is no evidence to corroborate social media posts of gunfire. So people were saying that people were shooting on social media, but those reports cannot be corroborated, or that a stabbing had occurred. However, as a result of Saturday's events, police in the Algonquin, Lake in the Hills Chamber of Commerce said, you know what, kids? Can't behave? No more carnival for you. They decided not to reopen the carnival the next day as scheduled. And, you get mad when the basketball doesn't fit in that small rim. You shoot that basketball, you buy several tickets for $10 to shoot the basketball so you can win that stuffed animal. And then the ball, you shot a good shot, it wouldn't go in the hoop because the hoop was too small. And, well, you know, that can make a person mad. That can start fights. Ooh. Some raw footage of what went down in Lake in the Hills on Saturday night. Oh, yeah. You can't let the carnival go on after that occurs. The carnival must stop when you hear punching sounds. 12:35 here at WRMN. Taking you through some crime time stories. I'm not sure. I guess no one was charged. And here's one more quote from the story. Please know that the safety and enjoyment of our community are always top priorities. We will take measures to ensure that future events are better equipped to handle unexpected circumstances. This statement reads from the Chamber of Commerce, the Lake in the Hills Chamber of Commerce. 12:36 here at WRMN. All right, well, in Elgin, we are getting the lead out. And I'm not talking about playing a bunch of Led Zeppelin songs. We're getting the lead out of the pipes. Elgin got some cost-saving news in its ongoing lead service line replacement project. The city has been awarded more than $10 million in interest-free loans from the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency. The amount is more than double what city officials expected. And Elgin City Manager Rick Kozel told Elgin City Council members at the City Council meeting last week, the loans will allow the city to borrow less money for the project through a bond issue. And as a result, the city will save money on interest payments. Kozel said the city planned to borrow $14.5 million through general obligation bonds this year at 4.5% interest. That was assuming the city would receive $4 million in IEPA interest-free loans. But the IEPA gave Elgin $10.8 million in loans instead of $4 million. So the city now plans to issue only $5.2 million in bonds. The city also recently received a $2 million state grant that will allow another 150 homes to have their lines replaced. And Kozel would like to thank Senator Christina Castro and Representative Anna Moeller for their work in helping to secure that $2 million grant. Lead is not present in Elgin's source water or in the city's treated drinking water, but it can seep through lead service lines in older homes. Elgin has about 10,000 remaining lead service lines to replace, according to the city's lead response webpage. A total of 1,579 service lines have been replaced in the past 5+ years, including 78 so far this year. 12:38 here at WRMN, taking you through some news stories. Got one more for you right now. Are we in for a heat wave this summer? An increasingly likely La Nina event could mean the United States could experience one of the hottest summers on record this year. Temperatures in Illinois will be no exception. According to a recently released forecast from the Weather Channel, Illinoisans can expect an abnormally hot summer this year. In fact, long-range models and climate trends indicate it could be one of the hottest summers on record. La Nina could play a big role in spiking temperatures, said Dr. Todd Crawford, Vice President of Meteorology at Atmospheric G2. La Nina events typically occur every 2 to 7 years on average, and they last 9 to 12 months. During a La Nina event, strong trade winds push warm water towards the U.S. West Coast, bringing cold water to the ocean surface and pushing the jet stream northward. And as a result, La Nina event often leads to drought in the southern United States and heavy rains and flooding in the Pacific Northwest. La Nina can also lead to more severe hurricane season and an increased chance of a hotter summer in the central and eastern United States. For May and June, Illinoisans can expect above average conditions. In July, temperatures in the majority of the state will be among the highest above average nationwide as the heat shifts northward into the northern plains, the Ohio Valley, and the northeast states. And as summer comes to a close, temperatures will remain well above average in August for the northern part of Illinois, according to the Weather Channel. This newest forecast is in line with a prediction released last month by the Farmer's Almanac. Oh, that trusty Farmer's Almanac, which warned Illinoisans to expect muggy and stormy conditions this summer. So get ready. Make sure the AC's in line to run and run for you well. Make sure those windows are all ready. You got the fans and all that, and you're ready to operate. And stay hydrated, everybody likes to say, in the middle of summertime, especially in the middle of a hot summer. 12:41 here at WRMN on this Monday. This is Out to Lunch, Hour 1. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Yeah, Northwest West says, it's $10 tickets to try to get a bucket and possibly win a Dollar Tree stuffed animal that cost about $1.25. Yeah, that's true. Spend all this money to shoot the basketball at the carnival. It won't fit in the rim, and if you're able to shoot one perfectly that does go through there, you win a stuffed animal that's worth less than you paid to even be in the contest. That makes you want to punch somebody. 12:42. It's Out to Lunch, Hour 1. We'll check some radio shopping show information and some first shift 411 to close out the hour. Sonar's got Hour 2. It's a Monday. It's cloudy. It's 64 degrees. This is the voice of the valley and the talk of the town. Elgin's radio station since 1949, 75 years and running. It's WRMN. We'll be right back.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. Smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, 154 Gary Avenue in Bloomingdale is open. Golden Corral's legendary Endless Buffet has a variety of delicious favorites and new menu offerings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Guests can choose from over 150 items, including grilled-to-order sirloin, pork, seafood, as well as old favorites like fried chicken, meatloaf, and mac and cheese. Golden Corral is the only one for everyone. Visit goldencorral.com.
If you're not sure what to have for dinner, the Seven Dwarfs restaurant on the corner of Roosevelt and President in Wheaton has you covered. Their huge menu is sure to satisfy everyone. Enjoy the diner-styled atmosphere that's been serving up tasty food since the 50s. The Seven Dwarfs has lively decor and delicious entrees. They offer a hearty breakfast, plus 3 or 4 lunch specials daily. For dinner, it's all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays. And remember to try their barbecue ribs. Visit sevendwarfsrestaurant.com today.
Here at WRMN Radio, we try to connect with the community and discuss important issues, like our current mental health crisis. Here's Lori Baker, President and CEO of AID.
I think most people, when they see young children thinking about suicide at the ages of 5 and 6 and 7, I mean, that's shocking to me that children even know that they want to harm themselves somehow. I know it's difficult. I definitely feel the pinch. We all feel the pinch at the gas pump, at the grocery store, right, in our rents, but I think most people could handle 27 cents a day to help kids and seniors and people experiencing homelessness.
Discussions like this take place on the first shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10, right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook.
The Triple Berry Cafe of Crystal Lake offers incredible breakfast and lunch options for you, and now the coffee bar is open for you to enjoy. Stop in and enjoy a relaxing cup of coffee in a peaceful setting, and if you're hungry, the Triple Berry Cafe is ready to provide you with homemade goodness. Enjoy omelets, skillets, pancakes, crepes, waffles, and much more for breakfast. Stop in at the Triple Berry Cafe for lunch and enjoy signature sandwiches, burgers, wraps, salads, and healthy options are available as well. Triple Berry Cafe, just off Randall Road in Crystal Lake. Now with a coffee bar.
Warm up this winter and introduce your friends to Viator Coffee at the Food Hall in downtown Elgin. Viator Coffee has a winter menu that includes 6 new coffee drinks with names like Little Wolf, Tartan Tonic, and Merry Mint Mocha. Plus, there's a whole new lineup of baked goods too. Viator Coffee provides you with amazing flavors and customer service, so relax and savor a cup in a place that offers a new level of coffee drinks and service within a peaceful, relaxing space. Visit ViatorCoffeeCart.com.
Well, he's around for another year.
Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have.
Willie Nelson.
And maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have.
Born on this date in 1933.
If I made you feel second best, you did. Girl, I'm sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind.
Whatever.
You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely times.
Excuse me.
And I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine.
Whatever.
Little things I should have said and done, never took the time. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
Willie Nelson's 91 years old. American country singer, guitarist, and songwriter, and avid pot smoker. One of the main figures of the outlaw country subgenre, developed in the late 1960s. This, one of his most well-known songs, I suppose, Always on My Mind.
Give me one more chance.
Welcome back to the show. It's 12:48 on this Monday. Hour 1 of Out to Lunch today. Mixing a little music in. I think in the future of the first shift, we will be playing a little more music for you. Stay tuned. Some announcements coming before too long about the evolution of the first shift, I think, and as we continue to try to localize and grow the station from a local perspective here at WRMN. And I love playing music, so if we're going to add a little music to the morning show very soon, I'll enjoy that. I'll pick some good songs for you as we hang out together in the mornings and share news and information and a little music and some phone calls at 847-931-1410. What else is happening? Let's see. Radio shopping show today at 3. Don't forget, today we have a top 10. And so you can actually place an order right now by calling Matt at 847-741-7700. 847-741-7700. The Red Ox of Hampshire. It's been a while. I need to go back. We have $20 certificates to Red Ox available for $10 on the radio shopping show today. Great food out at the Red Ox. Golden Corral of Bloomingdale, $15 certificates for the buffet, $6 on the radio shopping show. The Blue Box Cafe. A lot of downtown workers strut around the corner to the Blue Box Cafe every day. It's a great restaurant here in the downtown area, especially for lunch. $10 certificates for $3.50 to the Blue Box. Triple Berry Cafe of Crystal Lake, if you live up on the northern end of the Fox River Valley. $15 certificates are available for $6. The Bethlehem Strawberry Festival coming soon. Very soon. But when? You'll have to ask Matt. He'll tell you. Between 3 and 6 this afternoon. A pair of tickets to the Bethlehem Strawberry Festival. Available for $6 today. The Gilbert's Eagles Club Fish Fry. $27 pair of tickets for $10. Honest One Auto Care of South Elgin. A $30 certificate for a little car service at Honest One for $10 on the shop show. Can't beat a dozen donuts from the country. Country Donuts on a Saturday or Sunday morning. We can hook you up with a $5 dozen donuts. The Volo Auto Museum of Volo, great place to go to see all the great classic cars and the different exhibits they have. Some of the earliest campers ever, and lots of different rooms. You can learn a lot. Movie cars. It's just a fun place. Kids dig it. Adults dig it too. And it's ever expanding, and they have the huge antique mall inside the Volo Auto Museum of Volo. A pair of tickets for $20. And Maria's Little Italy of Sycamore. A $20 certificate is available for $6 today on the radio shopping show. There's your top 10. Find out more about the radio station and the shop show by going to WRMN1410.com. And don't forget today, if you spend over 10, you get some sizzling savings. You spend $10 on a Mazziano's certificate. You get, actually, it's a $10 certificate for $6 at Mazziano's Pizza on the west side. JoJo's Restaurant, $25 certificates for $12. And Beef Villa, $10 certificates for $6. Some of the sizzling savings on the radio shopping show this afternoon at 3, but you can order right now at 847-741-7700 if you'd like to. We got about 6 minutes left in this hour for a little First Shift 411 for you. Information about events and other things going on around the area. Brought to you by Columbia College of Missouri, Elgin Campus, intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel their higher education is not a place for them. That's not true. Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Mizzou, Elgin Campus, your new starts now. Check out their website, ccis.edu. Columbia College for me and you. A little scam information. Sherry Ashenbrenner's all over it. She passed by the radio station during the first shift this morning. And she sent me this to pass along to some of you great seniors and, well, everybody in the area. And don't have to be a senior to be scammed, that's for sure. But a lot of seniors are targeted. And she got this. An Elgin resident shared a suspicious call he received and asked if I could share with others. Here's what he said. Dear Sherry, I feel like this is like Delilah. It's Delilah for scammers. I received a call today that indicated it was from WTTW. Phone number 773-509-XXXX. I guess the final 4 digits are not important at this time. Which I believe is Channel 11, Public TV. The young woman on the phone thanked me for being a supporter of WTTW, which I am not, due to my limited finances, and then stated that my donation via my credit card did not process, and she needed to verify the credit card number, etc. Thankfully, I recognized this as being a scam and told her and told her so, and hung up while she continued to talk in an effort to keep me on the line. It occurred to me that this ruse could be used for all sorts of organizations. I hope this helps someone else. So there you go. Scamformation from our friend Sherry Aschenbrenner. Don't believe stuff like that. If you know you didn't do it, if you know you're not a supporter, don't believe the scams. Thanks for the information, Sherry Aschenbrenner. She passes on information like that and lots of other info every third Tuesday of the month. It's Sherry Senior Showcase at 9:15, the final part of the first shift here at WRMN. Hey, day after tomorrow, Elgin Township's got an event. How do we create safe living spaces for the country's rapidly aging population and ensure that homes reflect the needs of people of all abilities? Join Elgin Township as AARP Illinois presents on the Home Fit Guide. Receive your own free copy of this valuable resource May 1st. It's the day after tomorrow. And explore solutions for lighting, safety, and accessibility. Please RSVP at 847-741-2045. 847-741-2045 to go to this free event Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Smart ways to make a home comfortable, safe, and a great fit for older adults and people of all ages. It's at the Elgin Township Building at 729 South McLean Boulevard. Park behind the building, big old parking lot back there. Please RSVP at 847-741-2045. That's 847-741-2045. Hey, coming up this weekend, there's a big shred event, and I may try to reach out to this phone number on this event, see if I can't get anybody to give us some details about it. Ready, Shreddy, Go this Saturday. It's over at 540 South Randall Road in St. Charles from 8 a.m. until noon. And who may shred? Kane County residents shredding personal and household documents. It's not for small businesses. The 8 to 9:30 hour is generally the busiest, so you might want to come between 10 and noon. And there are all kinds of things you should or should not bring. Please sort your papers so that you only bring confidential materials. Event staff or volunteers may ask you to leave the line and sort your papers if you bring material that will contaminate the paper being shredded and impact recycling. We got a few more days on this, so I think I will maybe see if I can't get a guest to come on and talk about this a bit sometime this week during Out to Lunch. Tomorrow, Gary Swick joins me. He is a friend of the Fox River. He'll be on with me tomorrow at 12:30. They are cleaning the Fox River this Saturday. Gary wants to invite the public out to help. It's a public event, and it goes on this Saturday morning, and Gary will talk about it tomorrow here on Out to Lunch. It's going to wrap up the first hour. Thanks for joining me. Marky B, I'll be back with you tomorrow morning from 6 until 9. We'll do our thing. I think the director is going to join me tomorrow for a while. Dino from 7 until 9. Sonar will join you as we continue in hour 2 of Out to Lunch. Keep it right here on WRMN. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Some sunshine could be on the way.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 800-699-9043.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410 Elgin Time. 1 o'clock.
With your AM 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Linzess. The City of Elgin has announced that due to ongoing work on the Highland and Chicago Street bridges, inspections for the Kimball and National Street bridges have been postponed until the current closures are lifted. The City of Elgin is hiring for its Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math Summer Internship Program. 10 students who are interested in STEAM careers can find their work in the IT department, police, water, parks, special events, or the city manager's office. Find out more on the City of Elgin website. In Kane County, the historic Cole Pope House, an architectural gem from 1867, is undergoing historic renovation. The project focuses on revitalizing the building's exterior, addressing such areas as the roof, chimney, and the paintwork with an intent to preserve the vibrant yellow Italianate style recognized by so many. With your AM 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hit the open road and experience the fresh air of Wisconsin at the Grand Stay Hotel and Suites in Mount Horeb. This award-winning hotel is just outside Madison. Mount Horeb is known as the troll capital of the world. Families can go on a troll hunt through the historic downtown or check out Cave of the Mounds just minutes down the road. The Grand Stay offers a beautiful pool and a hot tub with year-round fun. Visit grandstaymounthoreb.com today to schedule your visit.
Renata's Old Salem Cafe is now Renata's German restaurant with old family recipes for delicious Bavarian dinners. Renata's is also known for breakfast and lunch. Renata's German restaurant has fresh baked German pastries. For a hearty breakfast, try Renata's for pancakes, skillets, and more. They've also set the standard for catering excellence. Try Renata's German restaurant off Irving Park, west of Wise Road in Hanover Park. Visit renatasgermanrestaurant.com.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The White Sox swept Tampa with a 4-2 win in Chicago on Sunday. The Sox have wins in 3 straight. Eric Fetty tossed 7-hit ball into the 9th, helping the Sox improve to 6-22. It's still the worst record in Major League Baseball. They outscored Tampa 21-13 over the series. Gavin Sheets and Eloy Jimenez, each with 3 hits for the Sox in the finale. At Fenway Park, the Red Sox got by the Cubs 5-4. Boston scored the winning run in the bottom of the 9th. Tyler O'Neill with a game-ending bloop single. The Cubs trailed 4-1 before Mike Tauchman hit a tying 3-run homer in the 8th. American Hockey League playoffs, the Grand Rapids Griffins took a 3-2 overtime win over Rockford in Game 1 of their division semifinal series. Game 2 this Wednesday night in Rockford. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Are you ready for Mother's Day? Macy's Friends and Family is going on right now. It's the perfect time to save on the perfect gift for mom with an extra 30% off designers that rarely go on sale when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off makeup, fragrances, and more beauty favorites she'll love. Plus, get your Mother's Day gifts even faster when you pick up in-store or curbside. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Some people just know the more you protect, the more you save with Allstate because they know insurance math. Like if you protect your home and auto, Allstate can save you up to 25%. So it's like losing money if you don't bundle. Save more when you protect more. Bundle home and auto with Allstate today.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the max.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. No matter the time of the day, WRMN 1410 AM is your platform to voice your views, share your stories, and connect with the Valley like never before. We're more than just radio. We're a community conversation that's always live, always local, and always looking for your input. Want to chime in on the drive time deal with Matt McNeil? Got a hot tip for first shift with Marky B? Or maybe you've got a question for a one-on-one with Leah. Now's the time to make your voice heard by calling Studio 14 at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. You can join in the dialogue from wherever you are by commenting on our YouTube live streams at WRMN Radio. Hit the subscribe button to get notified when we go live and bring your comments to the table. It's easy, it's fun, and hey, it's what neighbors do. We talk, we listen, we engage. You're not just the audience, you're part of the show. Call in, comment, and let's make radio interactive. WRMN 1410 AM, where your words are part of our wavelength.
Welcome to Out to Lunch with WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'll be taking you through the next hour of shenanigans here in Out to Lunch. Out to Lunch is a fantastic way for you to get involved with WRMN. This is an open forum. This is a talk about a thing, talk about a topic, anything that we're talking about here, whether it's radio, shopping, or some political news, or just some of the entertainment news or things that are happening around the Fox River Valley or Illinois or the United States or the planet. This is the place to jump in, get your voice heard, and be part of the conversation. Part of the conversation with us right now, that would be the amazing executive producer, Ben Demonium Boquest. Thank you, sir, for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me on. Always a pleasure, man. Happy Monday, everybody. It's a little overcast out there, but hope everybody's enjoying their day still.
Yeah, I hope so. It is a little overcast, but we've got to get some of that rain and some of those showers in. Just like Larry and Mark were talking about this morning, I'd rather have rain at night and then have a little bit of sunshine and dryness during the day. I'll take some of that.
Yeah, it works for a good rhythm of still being able to do stuff outside. The plants are getting their hydration and all that, the electrolytes that they crave, all that good stuff.
That's it right there. This is a great day for the news, Benjamin. I hope you are following along with some of the craziness that's out there. One thing that I do want to bring up is we're finally starting to see some reaction with the minimum wage that has been increased in California. Let's see here. Taco Bell, Starbucks, Shake Shack, Chipotle, all are starting to see higher prices. The fast food franchise prices in California have gone up since the state approved an increase to minimum wage. Sticker shock has some Starbucks customers like Jackson Lloyd trying to curb their habits.
I'm from Texas, so everything here is already 5 times the price of what I would pay there. So I think because of that, I just kind of laugh everything off, and it's not that big of a deal. But definitely, yeah, of course, nobody wants to pay more money.
That's it. We're talking about the big macro
economics in here, buddy. In some parts of LA, a Big Mac is $5, but that's already what we see here in Chicago.
Nearly a month after California's fast food minimum wage jumped to $20 an hour, some customers have been fast to change their habits, just as critics had predicted. The sharp pay hike from $16 to $20 an hour kicked in on April 1st, triggering higher menu prices everywhere. At this Chick-fil-A, many breakfast combos now well over $10. At In-N-Out, the popular double-double is now nearly $6.
That's News Nation's Nancy Liu in Los Angeles.
In some parts of L.A., a Big Mac will set you back by $5, a Chipotle burrito by over $10. Pushed hard by the Service Workers Union and Governor Gavin Newsom to help counter the high cost of living in the Golden State, California's fast food minimum wage is nearly $13 higher than the federal minimum. There is no data yet on total restaurant layoffs so far, but research confirms the fallout for consumers.
To be fair, the national minimum has not gone up in, I believe, 20 years. So to compare what it was before and now is a little skewed on some of that. Average prices in Chick-fil-A have gone up 10%, Ben. Is this a viable thing? Is this what everybody expected? Or is this something that the corporations kind of leaned into to because we all expected it this way?
Yeah, no, it's sad to say that people have been basically saying that this would happen for years. And then without the minimum wage increasing, it started to happen already. Mm-hmm. And then with this extra, minimum wage increase, it was another excuse for companies to say, oh, hey, let's throw some more, the quote-unquote inflation on everything. I'm looking at a thing right now posted on the Internet, but it's Taco Bell Dystopia, and it's showing me when they came out with the beefy 5-layer burrito, you know how much it was?
It was around $3 or so.
89 cents.
Get out of town.
Dollar menu item, yes.
Wow.
So you go there and get 5 burritos plus tax. You're looking at about $5. And then directly under that in the meme format is a screenshot off of what looks like a delivery service app. One beefy 5-layer burrito, pictured above for 89 cents. $5.36 in today's, if you wanted. Yeah, and of course that adds all the fun delivery stuff aspects to it. But that's even before taxes and tip. So pretty insane of a markup within. This has to be a 15-year period, I would say.
Yeah, and I think that's where everybody was. We've talked about inflation before. Inflation will always go up. Inflation is here. Inflation is growth of the economy, et cetera, et cetera. Deflation, we don't have. It's called recession, is what we call it in economic terms, is a recession. That means prices are going down. And that's a scary word for the world. We don't call it deflation. We call it a recession. Yeah.
More so, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's more so that people aren't buying things. So the recession is the market isn't performing because people don't have the money to pay for what they used to be able to pay for.
Right? Yeah. Well, it's price demand, right? It's supply and demand. If you still have the same amount of supply, everything is going there, or even oversupply, and less demand, the price will start dropping. So that is part of why a price would go down is that lack of demand for it. Yeah. So that may be the other side of what we're looking at here too, is because of the expense that comes up. We've also got people that are no longer going to buy as much because the prices have gone up. So it's this back and forth. But what I'd really like to get back to is this concept that Ford and Disney had of let's not price out our employees. That was a big issue with Disney and then also Ford as well, is they wanted to pay their employees enough that they can afford the thing. So let's say that Big Mac is the $5 or whatever it is. If you go according to minimum wage right now with taxes and everything else, you're working an hour for that Big Mac. So now where is that cry for equality or whatever else is out there?
Equivalence, right? Yeah, I think that's the perfect metric for a company and really society to kind of keep an eye on. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you want the economy to be bustling. You want people to be buying stuff, exchanging stuff, and that's how everything works. You don't want to price everybody out and just get, not everybody is a boutique client, with trying to get the best of everything and, willing to pay a little bit extra or a lot extra for, the quote unquote better material or maybe better marketed or better focus towards the naive rich buyer. I mean, really, to go back to the 89 cents burrito metric, which is where my economic, I guess, expertise. Full disclaimer: I'm definitely not an economic expert. Not trained whatsoever in the field.
Just a person that lives in the economic system we have, right?
Just a person who wants 5 burritos for $5, and I was used to getting that deal. I'm still hungry for the 5 burritos, but now I can only afford a few burritos, 2, 3, and it's one of those things where, you're as is always, your money doesn't go as far as it used to, but the great thing about America and what we've been able to do is we've been able to keep up with at least, prices are higher, but you're getting paid more. Like that kind of, and we've
that's
really
my point
lost
with
that
it
in the last 30, 40 years.
That's my point with it, is that now a person that works at Chick-fil-A can actually afford to eat at Chick-fil-A, even if it only raised the wages of Chick-fil-A by 10%. You know what I mean? That's the give and take, and that's the metric we need to work off with this big macroeconomics that we've got going on here. Yeah. It's one thing to talk about a $5, $6, $7 Big Mac, but it's another thing to talk about how much can we all afford that $6, $7 Big Mac. It's not necessarily about money going up. Is it still affordable because our wages have gone up with it? When we come back from Out to Lunch, we're going to talk a little bit about protesting. That seems to be a lot on everybody's minds. We're going to take it from your freedom perspective. What freedoms do you have to protest? Freedoms do not mean freedom from consequences. Maybe that's what some people are learning out there. This is Out to Lunch with WRMN 1410 AM. Find more at WRMN1410.com. We'll be right back after these.
From morning coffee to your evening commute, WRMN 1410 AM is here for you. The faithful friend that brings you local news, timely topics, and the friendliest voices in the Valley. Stay informed, entertained, and engaged with our full lineup of shows, streaming all day, every day at WRMN1410.com or on the WRMN app. Wherever you are, we're right there with you. So why switch stations? Stick with the one that has it all. WRMN 1410 AM, your daily companion, your constant conversation.
Michael Brown, former Undersecretary of Homeland Security and Director of FEMA, is your new full-time host of The Weekend, which airs every Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN. Each week on the popular 3-hour program, Brown offers listeners a fresh take on the weekend talk with his provocative insights into current events, politics, and culture. So late in the day on Saturday, make it a point to catch The Weekend with Michael Brown right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Be sure to catch the first shift weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. for important information like fire tips from Elgin Fire Chief Rob Sagan.
The thing in the winter that we're more concerned with is carbon monoxide, because that we don't get in the summer. That carbon monoxide issues occur because of heating equipment. Anything that burns natural gas, if it is faulty, can generate high levels of carbon monoxide, which in time can be fatal. So I can't emphasize enough the importance of having carbon monoxide detectors in your home. Every single year you will see somewhere in the country, and usually we'll get 1 or 2 in the Chicagoland area, where you'll see multiple fatalities in one home. You can't smell carbon monoxide, you can't taste carbon monoxide, you have no idea it's happening. And so it's critically important that you have the right detectors in your home.
It's the first shift weekday mornings at 6 a.m. with me, Marky B, right here on WRMN. Ever take your car through the auto emissions lane only to experience the sinking feeling that your car has failed the test? Don't fret. Let Meineke at 376 Sundown in South Elgin fix the problem for you. Meineke's mechanics will determine the exact problem with your vehicle and suggest necessary repairs with Meineke's diagnostic service. Pass that test with help from the trained Meineke technicians. Call today for your appointment. 847-888-9644. That's 847-888-9644.
For great quality tasting Italian food and pizza, make your destination the Italian Pizza Kitchen on Irving Park in Roselle. The freshest Italian ingredients are used at Italian Pizza Kitchen, where the plentiful pasta dishes are created from old home recipes. Try the piping hot pizza or other favorites like the fall off the bone ribs. Italian Pizza Kitchen has a passion for outstanding food and service. From their family to yours, Buon Appetito. Call 630-582-1900. Celebrating 70 years of serving the Fox River Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM is proud to inform and entertain you every day with great local shows that keep you connected with the people in your community, like the Radio Shopping Show, where listeners are encouraged to let us know about their experiences with our business partners.
I usually go to Tripleberry during the week. It's not so busy. I had my normal lumberjack omelet. It's like a meat lover's omelet, and their fries are awesome. Just the texture of it, they're a little crisp, soft on the inside. I mean, really good.
The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show. You are listening to WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
To block the doorway, it is nice to go to jail. There are nicer ways to do it, but the nice ways always fail. It isn't nice, it isn't nice. You told us once, you told us twice, but if that is freedom's price, we don't mind. It is nice to carry banners or to sit in on the floor, shout our cry of freedom at the hotel and the store. It isn't nice, it isn't nice. You told us once, you told us twice, but if that is freedom's price, we don't mind.
That is the great Malvina Reynolds. Some great protest songs out there in the world. Little Boxes may have been another song that you have heard from her. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. You are out to lunch with WRMN, and I am joined, like most times, with my esteemed executive producer, Ben Demonium Boquest. Thank you, sir, for being here today.
A pleasure once again. An awesome introduction song.
That is a great song. There's quite a few from her that are really great, but there are also some that are really depressing.
Yeah.
She talks about quite a few songs where she's glad that she won't be around for the future because of the direction that everything's going. I think she has a song called "I'll Be Dead by Then." So there's quite a few of them out there, but a tongue-in-cheek type of side. And you talk about the protests 50 years ago and all of the different ones that were out there, not only just protesting wars, but also human rights and also reproductive rights at the time as well. So it's almost like we're reliving history here. With all of these protests and things that are going on.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, as someone who was born in 1990, I don't know what the 60s were like, but I guess I've seen Forrest Gump enough times. And other, historic references to let you know the vibe of the times. And obviously, it was a different, there were different laws to be made before the civil rights movement, and a lot has changed since then. Luckily, law-wise, but it's a lot still the same as far as the division in the country and ideologically what people are thinking. And it's just very reminiscent of that period in time. And I'd like to think that there's been Maldina Reynoldses in every generation, and most of them kind of thought the same thing. If you have, if you have that type of heart where you recognize injustice and, kind of morality, conscience, it's easy to kind of be a cynic and say, well, at the end of the day, I'm getting my point of view out here now. It obviously it's hard to fight City Hall, and it's always going to look like whatever you're protesting against has the upper hand, and it's always going to seem kind of like a futile thing. But it's just about keeping the line, no pun intended, to be on the protest, fighting for your basic rights. And if you're not going to step up and say, hey, how about don't discriminate, or don't obviously a lot of the stuff with these protests are around war in Gaza and elsewhere, just basic initiatives, and it's a whole big mess of politics. If you just let it happen without protesting or saying this is wrong, then it's just going to keep happening, and to a more severe degree. So
it's about our freedoms, Ben. You hit it on there. Is about maintaining our freedoms. You and I have said it before, and I know we've said it here even on WRMN, that when you remove a freedom from somebody else, you're taking it away from yourself. So whether or not you agree with the protests, whether or not you agree with their messaging, or maybe even to really phrase it, is the messaging of a few versus the messaging of many. There's a whole reason why, if you go to these campuses, that there are media liaisons, that you're not just talking to some random person that's part of it. This is semi-organized in a way, and there's a reason why there are media liaisons, because there are so many people that want to hijack movements and piggyback their own agendas on top of it. And if that agenda is divisive and that agenda is more towards harm, that's much easier for somebody to attach to a peaceful movement as it goes. I mean, if if you look at multiple things that have happened over the course of the last 5-6 years of all of the different protests that have happened, and usually when it turns because a small group has hijacked the crowd. And we need to remember that we have the right to assemble, to peacefully assemble. As soon as that becomes violent, as soon as that becomes threatening, you're no longer peacefully assembling. And I think that's the difference that we need right here. In that song by Malvina Reynolds, it says it's not nice to block the doorway. It's not nice to just be in the way. But if that's what we've got to do to have that freedom, to protect the protesting, then that's what we've got to do. Nowhere in there and nowhere in most of these people's ideas or actions are in a violent way. And I apologize for anybody who has that feeling of anxiety, and the students that are feeling that, mostly the Jewish students that are feeling this anxiety right now. And
I don't know if I would say that.
Well, that's what's being reported.
A lot of the protesters identify as Jewish.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if I would say it would throw a blanket over it like that.
But that doesn't mean that there aren't people that do feel that anxiety from it. Whether or not there are people who represent that populace.
I don't think it's fair to generalize.
Sure, not generalize. I wouldn't say generalize, but there are. I want to acknowledge that there are people that feel that way. Sure. And you're right. There are people that are Jewish that have moved over to that protesting type of side. But the point that I want to make about this is the violence. Where is the violence going to stem from? Is the violence going to stem from the people who are assembling, or is the violence going to stem from the people who are trying to remove them? And that's really where I want to hit with this protesting side. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a complex issue. We've seen since the COVID protests with George Floyd and the BLM stuff, and that really triggered a lot of the right-wing response to, you remember, the defund the police crowd, which was probably the worst slogan in human history. It's
terrible.
Very, very bad. It should have been called, don't give the cops tanks and the license to run over my house or something.
Yeah.
I think that's a little more apt.
It doesn't fit on a bumper, though. That's the issue.
Yeah, it doesn't fit on a bumper sticker. Yeah, the idea behind that whole initiative, or really, is that the United States police force is correct me if I'm number 2 or 3 largest army in the world. If you put it out like that, and the militarization of the police, it's something that's scary, and it's one of those. It's arguing that it's necessary is kind of Captain Insano to me.
Yeah,
I understand. I'm a person who respects the blue. As you know, as a community service, I think a lot of the cops, especially lately, get a lot of flack and get judged for things that lumped in just like everybody else who has an opinion or what have you, kind of a built-in what you would assume their politics are. But it's one of those things where they ramp each other up. The protesters are there blocking the doors. The police have big, equipment, door rams and such to get them out of the doorways. And naturally, it becomes violent. So it's one of those weird things where your intention is to be peaceful, And when being forcefully removed from somewhere, that's kind of like you see it so much in the news with all the the cases of police brutality and stuff, where that's usually the time. It's the time when these unfortunate incidents happen and keep happening. It's when there's a confrontation is kind of imminent. You're on property you're not supposed to be on, forcibly removed, resisting arrest, and then next thing you know, there's injuries. There's unfortunately deaths. These are the side effects of every confrontation ever in human history. It's messed up that people have to have these constant demonstrations to just kind of like live in harmony when just living in harmony would be the easier option, to just say, hey, don't do that to that guy. And then the other guy goes, oh, okay, yeah. I was like, well, who's going to stop me? How about the cops? That's what the cops should be there for, to stop, things like that. But unfortunately, people, I guess, have too much time on their hands and need to protest and fight against protesting, and it just boggles my mind, all the training and ridiculous, just the militarization. Like, we have an army for a reason, and I didn't mean to get so political with it. But
well, you kind of went off on a tangent a little bit, but it still fits in the same kind of guise of this is a non-violent protest for all intents and purposes. This is what it was intended to be, is non-violent. And it's that same style of sit-in where I am here, I am taking up space. You have to physically remove me. The only course that anyone has is to actually remove them with physical force. Now, you want to call that violence or whatever it is, you have to remove them by physical force. They're not going to get up and walk away. That's the whole point of the sit-in. So what you have to do is the issue is what are the consequences that you have with this? So you are on a ipso facto private property that is this college, even though you pay for the tuition, et cetera, it's still a business. It's still a private entity that can kick you out. But that's really where it comes in, that you're not, you have the freedom to assemble peacefully, but you don't have the freedom from the consequences. And I think that's what this whole call is for them leaving by 2 p.m., which I believe it's already gone through. Hey, we got another caller coming in. Let me just lock Ben in real fast. Hello, caller. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, Cleveland Dennis. How are you, sir?
Good. I have a comment or two.
Yeah, go ahead.
I picked you up. I missed the very beginning of your conversation, but I think I got the gist of it. But
yeah.
After the October 10th attack on Israel, it seemed to me, in short order, there were these demonstrations from the other side at these college campuses. My question is how that happened so fast.
Well, I think a lot of what it is it's not necessarily about Hamas and the protesters are in support of Hamas. I believe the protesters are more against the indiscriminate bombing of Gaza, which is a whole different thing to protest. They're not supporting Hamas. They are wanting the bombs to stop. You can agree, Dennis, at least that there's no reason for us to be dropping bombs and also dropping humanitarian aid and funding both sides of that. I would believe you would think for that, at least.
Yeah. Because I go back to my comments. I think I made them to you guys. I don't know why we're still in the middle. of what happened in 1948, but here we are. But I just wanted to throw that in because I'm baffled by some of what's going on. But that's all I got. I don't want to take it any further. I got more to say before another day.
We appreciate it, Dennis. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Always good to hear from Dennis, Cleveland Dennis.
That's it. No, and that's, I think, where it all boils down to is most of the time protesting, you have to look at the people who are protesting. Don't look or necessarily take 100% the people who are interpreting the protest. Go exactly to those people and ask. That's why you want to do it. Now, by all means, anybody can make a sign and stand next to another person who is protesting. That's part of essentially hijacking your message. But you want to go to somebody who is the representative of the group. It's the same way that when people go on strike, right? That's a form of protest. When I go on strike, or people go on strike, or the auto union goes on strike, there is a representative that you talk to, and not just some crazy that's on the fringe or just happens to wear a T-shirt. And you see this a lot with the left about how they portray a lot of the Trump voters, is they don't necessarily go to the people who are in charge of the event. They go to somebody and then they cycle through a few dozen people until they can find the craziest. And that's what hits the airwaves. It's not the person who actually can articulate his views or their views. It's always the person that emulates what everybody wants a Trump supporter to look like or act like. So it's that same side. Go and talk to the actual people. We all have the internet. We all have information at our fingertips. Why are we picking the information that's second, third, fifth hand when I can go directly to the source and actually read what it is? If you're concerned about the Democrats and their democratic socialism and everything else, and you're concerned about the Republicans and the Project 2025, go and read those things. Yeah. They're out there. They're there. Now, you can all sit around and wait for somebody else to read it and then spoon feed you everything there. But what are you really getting? Are you getting my opinion, or are you getting something from there? Go directly to the source and ask those questions from the source. By all means, I'm not here to give you all the information. I'm just here to point you in the right direction. I think that's enough serious business there, Benjamin. I think we should go into a few more offbeat and maybe some more lighthearted news. How about
just
that?
The thing. I've got some cat news on the other side.
Cat news on the other side. Out to lunch with WRMN 1410. Go to WRMN1410.com and make sure you check out the daily deals. It's International Dance Day. Red Ox, $20 value for $10. Golden Coral in Bloomingdale, $15 for $6. The Blue Box Cafe in Elgin, $10 for $3.50. I'm gonna have to pick me up some of those. That delicious sandwich, that master wrap. That's where it is. WRMN. We'll be right back.
In the mood for some great barbecue but just don't have time to make it yourself? Carry out Coleman's Barbecue on Elgin's East Side at 79 Clock Tower. Coleman specializes in ribs, tips, chicken wings, seafood, and sandwiches with sides like coleslaw, potato salad, and dessert. Try Coleman's exotic mild sauce. It's the bomb. You can also buy sauce in gallon or pint sizes. It's prepared just right. The Coleman's way. Call 224-535-8153.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable?
Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Discover the authentic taste of Italy at Mazziano's Pizza and Pastaria at Route 20 and Nestler in Elgin. There is one true fact of everyday life that never dulls: the simple pleasure of eating great Italian food. At Mazziano's, they'll make sure your dinner or lunch will be the best part of your day. Whether you have a taste for pizza or any of Mazziano's homemade Italian recipes, like ravioli or lasagna, they can also cater your party. Enjoy it any way you like: delivery, carry-out, or dine-in. Visit Mazzianos.com.
Twin Zeros at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, Illinois. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. Twin Zeros Restaurant in Harwood Heights not only serves traditional gyros, but also has chicken gyro sandwiches. Twin Zeros also serves a variety of sandwiches ranging from cheeseburgers and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Italian beef, Italian sausage, and combo sandwiches. To ethnic favorites such as Slovaki and Grecian chicken. Slovaki is shish kebabs, specifically chicken or pork shish kebabs, grilled to perfection, served on a warm pita with tomatoes, onions, and our homemade tzatziki sauce. You can also enjoy barbecue ribs served every day. Twins is open 7 days a week and also delivers locally. Located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. That's twinzeros.com.
For many years, Italian Pizza Kitchen in Roselle has been serving quality and excellence. Italian Pizza Kitchen is family-owned with experience in preparing authentic Italian cuisine with the freshest, highest quality ingredients since the 50s. Your food is always prepared fresh with the same traditions, recipes, and standards that they've perfected over the years. Italian Pizza Kitchen has a passion for great cuisine and customer service. Visit ItalianPizzaKitchen.com.
Keeping your car's coolant system in good shape with a regular flush is really important. Let the experts at Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin remove your old coolant, preventing chemical buildups in your engine. Then they'll fill your entire system with new coolant to help your engine run smoothly and prevent rust and corrosion, increasing your engine's lifespan. To schedule your appointment, call 847-888-9644.
By love of food and wellness, Mockingbird Bar and Garden of East Dundee encourages you to eat seasonal and clean while still indulging a bit. Whether food is served fresh or wood-fired, nothing is overcomplicated. Mockingbird Bar and Garden promises to give your palate something delicious and new and aspires to be a hive of buzz and activity. Start your weekend with an espresso or complement dinner with wine, specialty cocktails, or craft beer. Visit mockingbirdbarandgarden.com today. The lightest, fluffiest pancakes are calling your name at JoJo's Diner, 1935 West Gulf Road in Schaumburg. JoJo's has a huge breakfast menu featuring skillets, eggs Benedict, and so much more. Don't stop at breakfast. JoJo's also offers great burgers, sandwiches, and shakes. And for mouth-watering prime rib, try JoJo's for dinner. They have such a versatile menu. JoJo's Diner is family-owned and operated, and it's one of Schaumburg's best-kept secrets. Visit jojosdiner.com today.
Welcome back to WRMN1410.com and WRMN 1410 AM. If you are looking for some great deals, that's right, you can find the home of radio shopping at WRMN1410.com. Check out those daily deals right from the home page. You can see it up there. It's next to Shop Now. Daily deals and new businesses. As you click through daily deals, click again, and you'll see that today's daily deal is because it is International Dance Day. International Dance Day is an annual celebration of how dancing positively impacts our lives. The human body's ability to move, groove, pop, and lock has captivated the way we interact with music and express ourselves artistically. These kinds of deals will get you moved to the groove. We already said Red Ox, Golden Corral, Blue Box Cafe. There's also the Triple Berry Cafe in Crystal Lake. That's a $15 value for $6. The Bethlehem Strawberry Festival, a pair of tickets for $6. And, of course, Gilbert's Eagles Club fish fry is still going on. That's $27 pair for $10. Go ahead and go and eat that fish fry over at Gilbert's Eagle Club for $10. $10. Real easy. We're talking about inflation. We're talking about how food keeps going up. And Ben Demoni and BoQuest is here with me about it. And these are some good deals to help put some dollars or keep some dollars back in your wallet.
Love it, man. Yeah, radio shopping, fighting inflation, and getting out, speaking for the consumer class, and love it. It's great deals. Member myself, awesome resource for the community, and I'm just stoked to be part of it, and love it, man.
There you go, Ben. Have you ever seen the movie Homeward Bound?
Oh man, that is a classic childhood movie. Yeah,
with the pets trying to get home.
In my household, that was one of my movies that got played like until the VHS was like not working, and then we'd have to go get another VHS because we watched it every night, practically.
I could understand that. I could understand that. Tell me a little bit about this cat's journey.
Oh, okay. So yeah, definitely a link there. Highlighting a story from TheGuardian.com. A Utah cat was found safe in California after sneaking into an Amazon return box.
Jeez.
So imagine that. It had to be a scary situation for the family, but it turned out with the happy ending. The cat, Galena, survived being shipped all the way from Lehigh, Utah, across the U.S. to California after sneaking into a package. Galena 6, an indoor-only cat, traveled more than 500 miles in a 3-by-3-foot shipping container. Galena endured 6 days of travel with no food or water, but was discovered in relatively good shape by an Amazon employee. Her owner, Carrie Clark, first discovered that her beloved companion was missing on April 10th. Family and friends quickly helped her look and passed around posters. Galena, saying, quote, "Galena, our super shy indoor cat, escaped today." Clark wrote about Galena's disappearance on a Facebook group of lost pets. And a week later, Clark and her husband got an astonishing notification from Galena's microchip. The cat had been discovered in Los Angeles. So happy ending. They were reunited. And, I guess the moral of the story being check your shy cats around, if even shy cats like jumping in boxes. If they fits, they sits. I think that's the old meme lingo. Cats love boxes, man. So if you're sending a return Amazon package, make sure that you double check and look around if you have cats.
Yeah, check what you're packaging up there. I mean, if you're closing something, make sure that something's not in there.
Exactly.
Especially for a return like that. I mean, I'm glad the cat was safe. I'm glad the cat was found. But my goodness, that's you gotta watch out for some of that.
Right. Yeah, and cat owners know better than anybody. Yeah, you leave those boxes out, and they're gonna sit in them, or they're gonna find the weirdest places to go curl up and take a nap. And
well, there was another missing animal out there. A GoFundMe has started for Wally, the missing Pennsylvania emotional support alligator. You can find more at ABC6 Philadelphia. That's 6abc.com. Emotional support alligator Wally missing after vacation with owner in Georgia. The disappearance of a well-known emotional support animal has people in central Pennsylvania asking, "Where's Wally?" Wally the alligator hasn't been seen since April 21st. Action News has reported on Wally before after he was nominated for America's Favorite Pet last year. An unfortunate misunderstanding 2 months later prevented Wally from entering a Phillies game last season. Wally's owner, Joey Heine, says something happened to his pet while vacationing in Brunswick, Georgia. Heine said he waited to file a police report because he didn't have the proper permit for Wally during their visit down south. Heine has reason to believe Wally may have been stolen. He says he just wants his gator back. No questions asked. You can find that GoFundMe looking for Wally. You can find it out right there.
What a ridiculous request. No questions asked? I feel like that's asking too much.
Wouldn't you ask any questions? Just some questions.
Yeah, what are you doing with, why do you want an alligator, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I saw the video of this. It's pretty cute, actually, and the thing looked really domesticated, the way that he was handling it and feeding it and everything.
He's an emotional support gator. I wouldn't want a feisty emotional support gator.
Yeah, no, I think I'd draw the line at sitting next to someone on an airport with that, on an airplane with that on their lap. It's my emotional support alligator. Jeez.
There it is. And to kind of finish out our weird news here, there was a possible UFO reported over New York City's LaGuardia Airport. Michelle Reyes spotted a mysterious flying cylinder, potentially a UFO, while on a flight over LaGuardia Airport in New York City. UFO expert Ben Henson refuted claims that the video was fake, stating its clarity was unusual. Michelle Reyes expressed concern that another flyer also witnessed the object, highlighting the mysterious nature of the sighting. You can read more at TMZ or the Daily Caller, but that is pretty much it. Michelle Reyes saw a flying saucer while she was going in and filmed it out a window.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, there's so much apprehension to believe any video evidence nowadays because of AI and stuff. It's an interesting point in history we're at with how people are using that as a defense that everything's AI.
But the government's told us that aliens exist, though, right?
Yeah, they've done that. We've talked about this a lot of times. The blue book or blue files that are out there, there's no shortage of these reports.
Maybe they should just be a little bit more cautious flying around airports.
Yeah.
Like, where does the FAA, regulate them?
Right. Well, you think that's a UAP protocol or something? I don't know.
There it is. You've been listening to Out to Lunch. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. You can find us tomorrow at noon to 2, starting with Marky B. On the other side of the phone was Bendemonium Boquest. You can find him at Bendemonium out there in the world. This has been Out to Lunch with WRMN 1410. Go to WRMN1410.com. Later on today will be Matt McNeil right there with the Drive Time Deals. We'll be back later on today.